Choosing a wife in Bannerlord is one of the most important decisions you're ever going to make, so why choose the wrong one? Well, after you've watched this video, you're never going to struggle with picking the right one ever again. I'm going to show you several different women from each faction, including the brand new Nords. Each woman will have their own unique skill sets that you can take advantage of. So, are you ready to get married? Let's get into it. First up, we have Vlandia. I found 6 potential wives for you to start. Riengarda. Riengarda is 21 years old. Where she shines is in her social and intelligence skills. 217 in charm, 206 in leadership, 176 in trade, a massive 245 in steward, 198 in medicine, and 159 in engineering. She would make a great party leader or a governor. Odofled is 22 years old. She has the same kind of stats as Riengarda with that massive 248 in steward. She would also make a great party leader or governor. Gudenhelda. Gudenhelda is 22 years old. She has the same kind of stats as the last two, but in my opinion is much prettier. She would also make a great party leader or governor. Richelda. Richelda is 24 years old and has a face like a slapped arse. Where she shines is in combat, with 215 in athletics, 208 in throwing, 229 in bow, and 158 in one-handed. Surprisingly, she also has a massive scouting skill at 239. She would make a great captain, warrior, or a party scout. Liena. Liena, one of the community's favourites. She's 24 years old. Liena is an all-rounder. She has decent combat skills and also decent leadership and steward. She would fit into many roles, and I could fit in her many holes. Captain, warrior, party leader, or governor is what she could be. Sylvind, another community favourite. Sylvind. She's 24 years old, and like Liena is an all-rounder. A massive 225 in one-handed, 208 in athletics, and 118 in steward. She could be a captain, warrior, party leader, governor, or just a fuck buddy. Next up, we have Sturgia, the land of the Russian beauties. I found 5 wives for you to drool over. Andruta is 20 years old. Where she excels is social and intelligence. 218 in charm, 208 in leadership, 196 in medicine, a massive 245 in steward, and 158 in engineering. She would make an excellent party leader or governor. Idrun. Idrun is 20 years old. She's one of those tall blonde beauties. She's a nice all-rounder with 147 in one-handed, 176 in throwing, 165 in athletics, 156 in riding. You can see she'd be good at riding. She also has 246 in roguery, which means she'd probably be a little dark horse in the bedroom. I don't know if that's actually a useful skill to have in Bannerlord, but yeah, she'd make a good captain, party leader, scout, and governor. Her best role would be a gang alley leader. Apollinia. Apollinia is 21 years old, and as you can see from her smile, she's a fucking deadly warrior. She literally lives for the thrill of battle. 215 in athletics, 207 in throwing, 225 in bow. She also has high numbers in scouting and medicine. She would make a good captain, warrior, scout, and medic. Liliza? I call her Lizzie for short. At 22 years old. She's just a grumpy little midget, but she's got those pigtails, and I'm a sucker for those. 125 in leadership, 139 in steward, and 121 in medicine. She'd make a decent party leader or governor. Sigga. Sigga is 41 years old, and as you can tell by her face, she's seen things. She excels in battle, mainly because she just wants to get to Valhalla as quickly as possible. 229 in one-handed, 258 in two-handed, 245 in athletics, and 205 in medicine. She would make an amazing captain, warrior, or even a party medic. Keep in mind you won't be having any children with her, as she's too old. Next on the list is the Khuzait, and I've got 5 potential brides for you. Abigai. Abigai is 23 years old. She is an all-rounder wife with good combat skills and good leadership skills. 167 in one-handed, 215 in bow, 216 in riding, 168 in leadership, and 106 in steward. She would make a good captain, governor, or party leader. Mela. Mela is 22 years old. She is also a good all-rounder wife. 215 in polearm, 228 in riding, 195 in leadership, and 127 in steward. She would make a great captain, governor, and party leader. Yana. Yana is 22 years old. Although she might look angry, don't let that fool you. She's a big softie once you get to know her. Yana excels in combat with 225 in bow, 205 in throwing, and 217 in athletics. She also has a high scouting skill with a massive 239. She'd make an excellent captain, warrior, or she could even be your scout. Unigen. Unigen is 18 years old. She is also a little fighter. She uses a tiny little pea-head to dodge incoming arrows and javelins. 216 in bow and 216 in riding. She'd make a great horse archer captain or a warrior. She also has 108 in steward, so she can run her own party. Aligine is also 18 years old. Her father is Monchug, so as you can see, she's a very respectable lady. She has some great combat skills with 168 in one-handed, 168 in bow, 188 in throwing, 169 in riding, nice, and 176 in athletics. She also has a decent scouting skill with 229, and she would make a great captain, warrior, or even a scout. The land of the trees is next, good old Battania. I have 6 forest fitties with huge titties for you. Torse is 18 years old. She excels in her social and intelligence skills. 121 in leadership, 145 in steward, and 156 in trade. She's not the best, but she's a little cutie, so I put her on this list. She'd make a good party leader, governor, or even a caravan leader. Kareen. Kareen. If you didn't think she'd be on this list, I don't know what planet you're living on. Kareen has popped out more kids in Bannerlord playthroughs than I've had hot dinners. She is 19 years old. Of course, she excels in combat. 216 in one-handed, 215 in two-handed, 215 in polearm. She can touch my polearm any day. 186 in bow, 151 in throwing, 169 in riding, nice, and 147 in athletics. That wasn't enough. She also has 146 in medicine. Also, just like her father, she's probably going to win any tournament you enter her into. She'd make a great captain, warrior, and definitely an amazing bodyguard. Alineth is 19 years old. She's the sweetest looking Battanian I could find. She performs best with her intelligence skills. 131 in steward, 157 in medicine, and 139 in engineering. She'd make a great party leader or a governor. Ladigal is 21 years old, and although her stats aren't the best with 126 in one-handed, 125 in two-handed, and 106 in bow, I put her on the list mainly because she reminds me of those goth girls you see on your feed. I'm definitely a sucker for one of those. Florida is 22 years old. She excels in social and intelligence, and has the highest skills in those sections out of all the Battanians. You can probably see why that is. She's one ugly woman, but with 225 in charm, 246 in leadership, 218 in steward, and 206 in medicine, you can start to look past her looks. She'd make a great party leader, governor, or steward, and medic for your own party. Wythune is 25 years old. She has a good scouting skill at 145, but the main reason she's on this list is because of her ship skills. She's the only wife in Battania with a decent number in ship skills, 55 in mariner, 67 in boatswain, and 57 in shipmaster. She would make a great boat captain, scout, or medic. Next, we have the senoritas from the south, Aserai. I have 4 tan titans for you to choose from. Zwad is 18 years old. She excels in social and intelligence, with 137 in charm, 124 in leadership, 157 in trade, and 147 in steward. She'd make a great caravan leader, party leader, or governor. Dihila is 19 years old. She also excels in social and intelligence, with 138 in charm, 124 in leadership, 157 in trade, and 145 in steward. She would also make a great caravan leader, party leader, or governor. Sulhana is 20 years old. She has decent combat skills with 148 in one-handed, 175 in throwing, 158 in riding, and 167 in athletics. She also has 198 in scouting, 207 in tactics, and a massive 246 in roguery. She would make a good captain, warrior, governor, or even a great criminal wife. Awa is 22 years old, and she is a beast of a woman. 178 in one-handed, 227 in two-handed, 229 in polearm, 165 in bow, 178 in throwing, 218 in riding, and 138 in athletics. If you want to breed a family of warriors, Awa is a great choice. She would also make excellent captain or warrior. Next on the list, some Empire eroticas. I have 9 of these estrogen-fueled ladies. Before I get into the Empire though, please give that like and subscribe button a cheeky tickle. This video took me fucking ages to make. Thanks guys. Nerida is 18 years old. She is part of the Western Empire. She excels in social and intelligence. 139 in charm, 123 in leadership, 157 in trade, and 149 in steward. She's also a little cutie. She would make a great party leader or governor. Vasilla is 18 years old. She is part of the Southern Empire. As you can tell from the leopard skin dangling from her shoulder, she likes to hunt. Mainly, she likes to hunt other humans. With 166 in one-handed, 208 in throwing, 238 in riding, and 187 in athletics, she'd make a great captain or warrior. Adricia Adricia is 19 years old. She is part of the Northern Empire. She doesn't actually have any standout stats, but she's on my list mainly for her looks. Sometimes in Bannerlord, you want a good looking wife over a skilled one, and for me, she is that. With 133 in steward and 106 in leadership, she would still make a good party leader or governor. Ira. Ira, the daughter of Rajaya. If you can't have the mother, just go for the daughter. She's 21 years old, and of course, she is part of the Southern Empire. She's actually a decent all-rounder, with 166 in one-handed, 147 in two-handed, 198 in polearm, 219 in riding, 168 in leadership, and 106 in steward. She'd make a good captain, warrior, party leader, or governor. Epipire is 22 years old. She is part of the Northern Empire. I don't know why, but she looks very depressed. Maybe she might be happier when you marry her. I doubt it though, because they never are. With 225 in one-handed, 188 in two-handed, 129 in throwing, 108 in riding, 209 in athletics, and 115 in steward, she'd make a great captain, warrior, party leader, or governor. Appolita is 22 years old. She is part of the Northern Empire. And unlike the last one, she actually looks super happy. She excels in her intelligence skills with a massive 219 in steward, 256 in medicine, and 228 in engineering. If I had those kind of skills, I'd be smiling too. She'd make an excellent party leader, governor, or she could even fill these roles in your party. Presciana is 22 years old. She is part of the Northern Empire. She is a great all-rounder wife and actually has some skills in the ship category. 145 in one-handed, 177 in riding, 237 in charm, 208 in trading, 187 in steward, and a few points in each of the ship skills. She'd make a good captain, party leader, caravan leader, or boat commander. Diaska is 24 years old. She is part of the Southern Empire. She is also a decent all-rounder, with some points in the ship skills, with 116 in one-handed, 159 in riding, 237 in charm, 218 in leadership, 226 in trade, 197 in steward, and a few points in the ship skills. She would make a good captain, party leader, caravan leader, or ship commander. Nadia is 24 years old. She is the daughter of Garios, so of course she is part of the Western Empire. She's basically a jack of all trades with high numbers in combat, social, and intelligence skills. She'd make a great captain, warrior, party leader, or governor. Now the one we've all been waiting for, the naughty Nords. I have 4 of these Valhalla queens for you. Alrika is 18 years old. She's another one of those angry little midgets. She has 137 in bow, 126 in throwing, 133 in athletics, 145 in scouting, 115 in medicine, and a few points in her ship skills. She would make a decent captain, warrior, scout, medic, or boat commander. Gudrinja is 21 years old. She excels in her intelligence skills. She is also one of the most innocent looking Nords I could find. She has 135 in steward, 122 in medicine, and 127 in engineering. And of course, like all the Nord wives, she has some points in her ship skills. She would make a good party leader, governor, or boat captain. Alphasia is 22 years old. She is a pretty good all-rounder, but excels in her ship skills. 156 in one-handed, 137 in polearm, 187 in throwing, 176 in athletics, 158 in leadership, 106 in steward, and over 200 in all of her ship skills. She would make a good captain, warrior, governor, or boat commander. Ulvarinja is 23 years old. She's a little red-headed rascal. She's also another great all-rounder, with 155 in one-handed, 158 in two-handed, 188 in throwing, 175 in athletics, 198 in scouting, 158 in leadership, 109 in steward, and over 200 in her ship skills. She would make a great captain, warrior, governor, or boat commander. So, you've finally chosen a good wife. Now you're going to need good weapons to give them. In this video, I show you the most OP crafted weapons you can make in Bannerlord.